Hello, good evening, everybody. I just thought I might do a quick little energy update instead of writing a post. I thought I might do just a quick little live. So I know I haven't warned you I was going to be on, but I just thought I would do just a short live about the energy that's been going on the last few days and how that may be affecting you. And just a few suggestions of things to do because I know that sometimes we need reminding about some of those things that can be really helpful for us to do for ourselves. So, probably about the last 5 days, um, we have been experiencing some solar flares and a solar storm. And about 2 days ago, we had a really big, like one of the biggest solar flares. It wasn't actually facing the Earth, but it does seem to have been holding a lot of energy that has still been impacting us here on the Earth. And then yesterday, it was about 7 a.m. Our time here in Australia, we had a really big Schumann resonance spike that started, and that um, lasted for about 7 hours, from what I understand. So this is all creating lots of energy, lots of what people call ascension symptoms that are going on for us at present. So lots of insomnia, lots of exhaustion, lots of headaches and migraines. If you're anything like me, I know I have been feeling the energy in things like just being really forgetful, so very ungrounded in that way. And ungrounding is one of those things that definitely happens with this kind of energy. So um, then there's also things like exhaustion, your anxiety increases. There can be ear buzzing and dizziness. We tend to be really extra sensitive as well when it comes to this energy too. So you might find that you're feeling oversensitive with emotions and those sort of things. So this is all stuff that we can be experiencing at the moment when it comes to this energy. And so it's really important that at present that we're doing things like drinking plenty of water, because that makes a big difference to how you can feel. So make sure you're staying really hydrated because that will help you, believe it or not. Um, Doing things like grounding yourself, doing things like getting enough rest can also help. Um, these will all be really helpful to you. I find that crystals like selenite is one of my big favourites when it comes to all this energy stuff going on. So selenite, golden tiger's eye, and I'm feeling really guided to blue crystals at the moment. So these are crystals that will tend to help you in, I suppose, feeling a little bit more grounded and being able to cope with the energy a little bit more. So, hello guys. Sorry, it took me a little bit to see where the comments were. They had disappeared this time. They're not in the usual place. So, hey Kerry, hey Emma, hey Michelle, hey Polly, hey Tanya, Kim. Really lovely to see you guys and do a little quick connection. So yes, that's some of the stuff that's really worth being aware of. So I don't know about you, but I know I've been feeling the energy, and I wasn't surprised. We'd actually had a couple of Schumann resonance spikes. So the Schumann resonance, I've got a video where I go more in depth about the Schumann resonance and solar flares and ascension symptoms. If you want to have a look back on our Mystical Dragons YouTube channel, you'll find it there, and it goes for about, I think, about half an hour or 40 minutes. So I go more in depth, but Schumann resonance is connected to the Earth's energy and that Earth's heartbeat. And when it has a really big spike, it tends to influence us a lot. Just like solar flares and solar storms, even though they're out in our atmosphere, they're caused by the sun, all of that has a really big influence on the Earth here. And so we can really feel that energy. We can feel the interruption to the energy and the change to the energy. And that's why we have some of these things that happen where we get really exhausted. Aches and pains tend to be really spiked. So, if you're somebody that has been feeling aches and pains, maybe you've got arthritis or something like that, and you've noticed that there's been a lot of, that pain that seems to have been spiked up the last few days or even the last 24 hours, then it's probably because of these energy shifts. And we did have a few Schumann spikes across last week as well. But this one that's just occurred yesterday looks really very big. So will probably have more of an impact on us again. And of course, we're leading up into a super full moon, which is next week. So I think that's Tuesday next week. So we've already got a big build-up of energy that's going on at the moment. So we've got that going on, as well as the solar energies that are being impacted, as well as the Schumann spikes. So there's lots of stuff that we're kind of dealing with. So be aware other people will be feeling these energies too. And they won't necessarily understand what's going on either. It's like their buttons will be being pushed as well. So we have to be a bit patient with other people too. But drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. Yes, you tend to run to the loo a bit more, but it's worth doing because it really helps you. Do things that help you to ground. Might be go outside. Well, it's raining at the moment, but when you can go outside, get your feet on the ground. Maybe go for a walk on the beach, do some meditation. Meditation's always really helpful. Yes, Emma, it can be depression as well. So anxiety and depression tend to be some of the buttons that get really pushed. Feeling really emotionally sensitive. So, you might get really upset and sad much quicker than normal, or get angry and frustrated much quicker than normal as well. So these are things, some of these things that can certainly happen more when we have these kinds of energies. On the positive side, because it's not always all the negative things that we experience, we also can experience some real positives too. So you can feel like you're really in that intuitive flow. You might find you've been having lots of dreams, which we can tend to have in the lead up to a full moon or close to a full moon. And especially we've got a Scorpio full moon coming up, and that will also be assisting with dreams. But these energies will also tend to help you having more dreams. They can also affect that insomnia side of things too, unfortunately, but we can also experience more dreams. And also more synchronicities. Things can seem to just kind of be falling into place as well, a little bit more when we've got all of these energies that are at play for us too. So it's worth being aware of all of this, and trying to take care of ourselves as best as we can in that process. If you're struggling, then try and do some of those beautiful things like take a salt bath. If you can go for a walk out on the beach, that salt air is really good for us. It's very cleansing for us. Do things that you find are really cleansing for you and kind of help to put your feet back on the ground and help you to feel a little bit more put together. Burn essential oils that are going to help to calm you and help you to get a better night's sleep, help you to be able to switch off as well. Yeah, headaches, no sleep. I'm not surprised. I've had the headaches. That's usually one of my big triggers. When it comes to lots of energy like this, I tend to get headaches, especially like around the back of the head or across the eyes. And insomnia can be a really big one, or exhaustion. So you might even be sleeping really well when your head hits the pillow, but you're still getting up and feeling really exhausted too. So this is all tends to be very connected to this type of energy. So it's like we're working through lots of layer upon layer of energy at the moment. So really try to take care of yourself as best as you can. If you're feeling that you've got a lot of this stuff that's going on, a lot of the headaches and insomnia and all of that, do your best to rest as much as you can. I know it's not always easy because life kind of trudges on and we're expected to keep going, but do your best to rest when you can. Um, and like I say, do things like, using some of these crystals that I'm suggesting is really helpful. Grounding, do some meditation, and definitely make sure you're drinking plenty of water, guys, as well. Yeah. Melissa's just saying how she's been having lots of cycles of insomnia over the last month. We seem to consistently be having more and more energy. It's like this real strong build-up of energy as we're going through this year. It doesn't seem to particularly be going, like, settling down at any point. We just seem to be, taking another step and another step, which is probably why you're experiencing insomnia as well. And we've got a few super full moons in a row. We've got lots of energy that's coming up. We've got an energy portal on the 5th of next month. So we do have lots more energy that's yet to come as well. So, like I say, if you start doing things for yourself now, you'll find it's that little bit easier to cope as we go along, because I really feel like we're just going to keep having more and more energy that we're going to experience, which will just, as I say, keep layering that up. So thank you all for those of you that have jumped on and joined me. I hope that you find this helpful, and hopefully it might help you to look at some of the things that you could be doing to help yourself. I always find it's a little bit more helpful when you actually, have a sense as to why you're experiencing these things. And we can kind of say, okay, thank you, universe, and maybe really trust that intuitive flow, really trust that guidance that might be coming through, especially at the moment, and ways to help yourself when you are experiencing these things. So if the crystals that I'm mentioning don't resonate with you, then certainly trust your own guidance. What do you need today that is going to help you with those things? Maybe you need something that's a bit more grounding, which the golden tiger's eye is the most grounding out of the ones I've suggested. So if you are really feeling off center, then perhaps focus on some grounding stuff. And please do take care of yourself. So I'm going to sign it off there, guys, and send out loads of love to you all. I hope this is helpful. I hope it's maybe helped give you some ideas of things to try if you're really struggling in this current energy. And I will be on again for my next Facebook Live on Friday night at 8 p.m, where I will talk specifically about the full moon that we've got coming up then too. So I hope to see you guys then. Sending out loads of love to you guys. Do take care. Rest up as best as you can, guys. Heaps of love to you all.